October has another double special heroes banner if you're looking to get some limited time heroes before the reruns next year. Similar to the monthly legendary or mythic banners, this banner features a starting 6% 5-star focus rate with a permanent 0% non-focus rate. That means any 5-star unit you get is guaranteed to be one of these 8 heroes. We'll be going over each one briefly because typically these banners also have some really good skill fodder. Double special heroes banners also feature their original 4-star focus units with the same 3% focus rate. Unfortunately, this time we have 3 of them at the same time. That means that the 3% 4-star focus rate that is usually only for one hero is now split 3 ways. While it will still be more likely for you to get Spring Narcian, Mini Marth, or Groom Rafiel, their individual rates are lower than their original release banners. If you are a believer in numbers, technically it is mathematically better to just wait for their original banner reruns next year, where they will each have the full 3% 4-star focus rate to themselves. To start off, let's talk about the red group. First is young Marth, or Mini Marth. He is probably still the best 4-star focus unit we have gotten, which is why I suspect they threw 2 more 4-star focus units on this banner to lower the odds of people plus 10ing him. I have seen a lot of plus 10 Mini Marths, and for good reason. He's a sword infantry unit with good attack and speed stats, plus his rapier is effective against cavalry and army units with a built-in Vantage 3 effect. Combine that with his unique Hero's Blood special, which is just legendary Marth's Fire Emblem special, and you have a solid swordsman who is relatively easier to get than a regular 5-star only sword unit. Mini Marth also has some nice fodder skills with chill defense and speed and defense oath for some self-buffing. Joining Marth is Bridal Oboro, who is a sword infantry unit. She has high attack and defense with decent speed, but Oboro will sacrifice a lot of resistance. She'll be fine dueling physical damage units, but watch out for mages. Oboro's Pledged Blade Plus is the sword version of the Huge Fan Plus, and it grants extra attack and defense with special cooldown charge +1 on enemy hits. It does require a bonus on the user to activate though. She will also come with Rally Attack and Res Plus and Attack and Defense form. Then you got Odd Pulse Tie, which is a skill that is supposed to counter instant special builds. A bit niche, but it can be really effective if you need to stop those powerhouse 8-8 teams. For the blue group, we have 2 4-star focus units. First is Spring Narcian, who is a lance flyer with a similar stat spread as Bridal Oboro. Like a true Wyvern Rider, he's going to go down to magic damage pretty quickly. For his inheritable weapon, the Goat Fork Plus is actually the same effect as Halloween Ina's new Dragonstone. If the user is within 2 spaces of an ally, grant +5 attack and defense and neutralize attack and defense debuffs during combat. It's a pretty nice weapon and not a bad option for a lot of lance users. For his other skills, Narcian has Chill Speed 3 and Lance Experience 3. The experience skills only boost XP gains by 2 times, which is fine, but it's not very hard to level up units in Fae. Chill Speed and the Goat Fork are much better fodder options. For our second blue 4-star focus unit, we have Groom Rafiel. Important to remember that while he is a Heron, unlike his siblings, Rafiel is not a flying dancer. He's going to be stuck on the ground as a blue beast infantry unit. He also has some okay speed and incredibly high resistance, so Rafiel is going to be fighting against dragons or mages. His defense is pretty low though, so you still need to watch out for who he fights. For his Grimm's Wings unique weapon, Rafiel actually grants -1 special cooldown to his support partner on turn 1, pretty much a personalized infantry pulse, but for a supportive dancer, that is a pretty good skill to have if you want to run higher cooldown specials like Gale Force, or maybe you want to charge up an instant special like Ignis. Rafiel can also run infantry pulse and HP increasing skills, so he can become a neat dancer for a specific team comp. For his inheritable skills, Rafiel comes with Firestorm Dance 2, which grants +3 attack and speed to the ally he dances, and then Word Beast to give +4 defense and res to nearby beast allies. It would be nice just to have one copy of Rafiel around purely for his special cooldown reduction and dancing abilities. Moving on to green, we have 2 great units. Mini Merric is a high-speed green infantry mage, and I really enjoy his unique traits. His Winds of Change tome accelerates specials, and he's effective against flyers. Plus, if Merric has a field buff on him, he gets +5 attack and speed and the full no follow-up 3 effect. This lets Merric use Wind Sweep or Water Sweep to prevent enemy counterattacks while he still can double them. This Merric also has a unique 2 cooldown special, Righteous Wind. It boosts damage by 30% of his speed stat, and it heals Merric and all his allies for 10 HP. On top of just being a fast mage with good damage, Mini Merric has a lot of perks unique to him. For fodder skills, you can get Swift Sparrow 3, Wind Sweep, and Distant Guard. 3 rather nice skills for a variety of units. Joining Merric is Bridal Nailah. She's a green beast infantry unit who is also quite fast. Nailah's Bride's Fang will also accelerate specials, and as a beast infantry when transformed, she deals +10 damage on special trigger. If Nailah fights an enemy with more than 75% HP, then she inflicts -5 attack, speed, and defense on them, and if her special activates before or during combat, she gets -1 cooldown after the fight. So this Nailah is all about abusing specials. She has a mini special spiral effect that can stack with the actual special spiral B skill, and she already accelerates specials as as well. If you run Special Sparrow, Nailah could recharge 4 cooldown specials, and if she transforms, she adds 10 damage on top. She is quite nasty if she can change specials over and over, and her partner Rafiel can help get that loop going. Nailah does have a unique C skill called Glare. After attacking, she inflicts the gravity status on the target and all enemies within one space of that target. Pretty annoying to deal with if you can't kill her in one round. Now for fodder skills, Nailah also has Swift Sparrow 3 and she has Chill Speed and Defense 2. With 2 Swift Sparrow 3 users in the green group, the Halloween Niles from the Ephemeral 10 combat manuals does a rise in value even more. Since he can give Swift Sparrow to himself, you could grab the last tier 3 of Swift Sparrow while also grabbing a second skill like Distant Guard from Mini Merric. We have a very nice group of seasonal units and it's only going to be beat by our last color group. For Colorless, we have an absolutely stacked pair with 1 dual hero and 1 harmonized hero. First is duo Micaiah and Sothe. They are a flying colorless mage with high attack and res. The scariest part of duo Micaiah is her dual skill, which grants dominance to herself and allies within 3 columns centered on her. She also inflicts -7 defense and res on foes within those 3 same columns. So, dominance is a status that basically gives the Brawly Fan or Blizzard Tome effect. A unit with dominance will deal extra damage equal to the total number of penalties on the foe, and it's actually true damage this time as well. If Micaiah attacks an enemy hit by her -7 defense and res debuff, she gains +14 extra damage. This dominance dual skill is so strong when you give it to an actual Brawly Fan user or anyone with the same effect. For example, the Neurofines for Arvis and Sias, they already get more attack for the debuffs they inflict, but they can double dip with this dominant status to double the amount of extra damage they gain. If you like that debuff heavy playstyle, duo Micaiah is a really great unit to add to that type of team comp. Now, for her actual skills, her Joyful Vows Tome is effective against cavalry and armored foes. If a bonus is active on her, she gains +6 attack and res, and prevents a follow-up attack when initiating. Pair this with attack and res push 4 and attack and res oath, and Micaiah is stacking tons of both stats. She also comes with Mystic Boost to cancel out the recoil damage from the push skill, and that's going to allow Micaiah to tank dragons by disabling their adaptive damage ability. Overall, duo Micaiah isn't so much different from her other variations, but having the on-demand dominance plus debuffs is really powerful. It may only last for 1 turn, but she can punch through a lot of threats, and she can give that ability to her teammates as well. Our second colorless unit is Harmonized Summer Mia and Masked Marth. They are a colorless cavalry dagger unit with lots of attack and speed, so they can use their 3 movement and ranged attacks to hit from very far away. Now, harmonized heroes do have a harmonized skill, but they only give their effects to units from these same 2 games as the pair of heroes. This pair will give their harmonized skill to any units from Radiant Dawn or Awakening, and they simply grant the Resonance Blades effect, which boosts attack and speed by +4 during combat. Very simple ability, but this works from anywhere on the map, and this harmonized skill does recharge every 3rd turn. For their weapon, the Summer Strikers, this dagger accelerates specials, and if unit's HP is greater than 25% at the start of combat, and Mia is initiating, then she gains +5 attack and speed, and she reduces damage from the foe's first attack by 75%. This gives Mia a lot of protection, but she must secure her kill on the second hit if the enemy can still follow up afterwards. With Swift Sparrow 3, Mia and Marth have a lot of attack and speed, which supposedly is to help take down the heavily inflated stats in resonant battles. With their long range and 75% damage reduction, they can also tank a hit too, which is a lot of units can't survive because fighting A+ attack units is super fair. As a reminder, they did nerf the enemies in that mode recently. For Mia's other skills, she has Speed and Defense Snag 3, which inflict -6 defense and res on the foe within 4 spaces after the movement assist skill is used. She also has Attack and Speed Gap 3, which grants +5 attack and speed to the ally with the highest attack and speed total on your team. This is a pretty good skill if you want to use Zane, because you can then give 5 more attack and speed to your high attack and speed life and death user, and then Zane can copy those stats. Overall, Colorless is by far the best group here, a dual hero and a harmonized hero that both have really rare skills to inherit. You got the chance for duo Micaiah's dominance status, and harmonized Mia is a neat dagger unit who can be pretty annoying with her long range and damage reduction ability. While these double special heroes banners are always a good bait banner, we do have the next new heroes banner coming very soon. I think it's on the 19th, which is less than a week away, so you can just wait a bit before deciding where to spend your orbs. Good luck if you are chasing any of these units, and I'll see you guys in the next video.